Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Vise Workshop. I'm Bob, and I got a question, well, kind of several questions that I'm going to try to go over with on my mill. And I guess it could be about time for me to do a up-to-date how do I like it, and whether I would sell it or buy it again, or would I go a different choice. Well, that would vary. You know, when you live life, all through your life, nothing's ever the same. So, you know, you got low income and you got big dreams. Those two don't go in the same sentence. So it's a struggle to get whatever you get. So I like the mill. I've never really had any problems out of it because I don't really do a lot of stress work with it. Now, if somebody was trying to do precise stuff down to the size of an atom, no, you don't want it. But the Grizzly g0758 is a pretty decent hobby mill. Yes, it needs modifications, and yes, I've done some of those modifications, and I'm kicking around another one, but I've got to revisit the box on the back of it that controls when you flip the power switch on. It sends power to the box, but it doesn't actually turn the box on until you have a 9-volt battery hooked up and plugged into the little battery slot. So as long as you've got a 9-volt battery in it, you can turn it on the front, go up, down, whatever. The problem is, every time I get done with it, I keep forgetting to turn the switch off because it's in the back, it's out of your mind, you don't see it. So it tells me that box, or I forget to turn it off. So the next time you want to use it, you can't use it because you've run your battery dead. And I keep knocking shit off my boat thing, which I need to clear out. Yeah, well, it's not too bad. I like to have me a junk pile where it's viewable. But it's gotten a little too cluttered. So, yes, I would buy it again, because if I hadn't have bought it, I wouldn't have videos to put on YouTube. I wouldn't have nothing to do. So, the mill looks pretty good. And it matches my lathe, which I just cleaned the other day. Cleaned all these tools off. They're starting to get cluttered again. Charging the battery back there now, or I'd take you back there and show you the mill. Well, heck, I'll show you anyway. Oh, Trump coffee, man. Forgot to mention that. So let's go back here to the mill. Well, here we are at the mill, and everything's just cluttered back here right now. I got my battery charger charging its battery up. I got to put in my buddy's truck. But I've been kicking it around. I got a window actuator motor, which is 12 volt, 2 wires, and I'm thinking that could make a nice way to somehow attach that to this and have bolts coming to this and this into this, but I don't know how you can do that. You know, some kind of a bracket maybe added to this. Well, I don't know, it might be a sucky idea. I have to investigate how they do CNC. It'd be basically like that, but it'd be controlled by a switch. Then I got that one out of the sunroof, or moon roof, or whatever you want to call it, sunroof. And I took all the guts out of it and put the cover back on it. And you have 2 prongs that goes into the motor, which is 12 volt. So that's a nice little unit there, and basically you could really just take and cut all this off, so you don't really need it, and that would make that smaller, and then that could go up here somewhere. Somehow you'd have to eliminate these though. That's the only problem. I don't like the idea of having to do away with those in case I need to turn it by hand. So that's what's stopping me on this project. I don't even know if it'll ever be done. But, you know, one day I'd like to have DRO on it. You know, just a little cheap DRO panel here somewhere mounted to it. Maybe use these 2 same bolts, bolt this on, to bolt on another bracket that comes up here and holds a little panel. DROs, X, Y, and Z. Anyway, yeah, I would recommend it because it was a pretty cheap system. I think I paid, I want to say, by the time taxes and all, or not taxes, but shipping and everything, it seems to me like it was like $1,100. The lathe was about $1,400. So thank the Atlas lathe for that. The old blue. I fixed her up, made her shiny and pretty, working good. Built a new box. Anybody that's been following me for a while knows what my old blue Atlas lathe looked like. I'll throw some pictures up if I can find them. I get hidden in my files somewhere and I never can find them. But I sold it for $2,000. Everybody said I'd never get $500 out of it. Said my best bet was to part it out. If I parted it out, I don't believe I'd have made it that much. But anyway, I would recommend it. Even the way it was okay for somebody that doesn't use it constantly. Because that hand wheel up there, when you do it manually, that's a pain in the ass. You get your knuckles on that sharp thing and tears your knuckles up if you're not paying attention. And that's why I just turned it into motorized. And now I got to fix the battery issue, so I'm going to have to probably put another controller on that, and get a controller for that, plain and simple. one that doesn't require the 9 volts, because all the rest of them I've seen online don't require that 9 volts. I must have been the only idiot on the face of this planet that got one that had 9 volts that you had to have on it to make it work, because I ain't found it since. So the price was right. Had to take a few things off of it, but those were preference things. I don't like that shield because it, you know, that shield is designed so that it will only run when the shield is shut. Well, when you're viewing it, all the grease or the oil that you're putting on your part is getting slung into the frickin' plastic shield. Then you can't see out of it. You wipe it a few times, you end up start scratching in it, and it gets wore out and dingy, and it's just more aggravation than it's worth. So I just take mine off and rig the switch so that it thinks that it's in the on position. So just completed the circuit basically. So it's held up pretty good. Sometimes I have a little chatter or stuff like that, but my machine's a loose machine. I have to admit, my mill and my lathe are loose. They'd be hose. But no, in all seriousness, I do keep them a little too loose, and I need to stop doing that, especially on the lathe. I've got the gibs and everything real close on the mill, and I don't get a whole lot of chatter no more, but once in a blue moon I'll get a big piece in there that'll want to chatter on me, but that's usually because the blade's dull. So I put another vise on it, if y'all didn't see that, and I'm still toying with the adjustment of where I want them. I might end up sliding them up next to each other so that I can use the other vise to kind of hold another table to hold something, to extend the surface or something. Who knows? Or maybe you're doing something that's round, because that vise has a V groove in it going up and down. You can make sure that it's low or square, so at a 90-degree angle. So that vise is a good add-on to that mill. And I'll go over that in another video. I might just do vices on the mill. And the benefits and the downfalls. Anyway, enough of the chatter. I know it sounds like a chicken hawk. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Burn that like button up, man. You guys have a good one. Later.